Hello again. This is Sophie. Hang out here in my house here in Nephi, Utah.
Sherlock Holmes, also at Sophie's house here in Nephi, Utah. Just waiting on dinner.
It's getting there. In the meantime, you agreed that you wanted to do the video now.
Yes, I did. Only because you said I had to be in it.
Right. Well, here we are then. So I've been having a grand old time of role-playing with all of you, and I'm so glad to announce that we currently have 79 followers. So that's really exciting to me, and it's happened so fast. Like, I can't even believe it. Seriously.
Yes, thank you for the cases and the wonderful ideas for headcanons and such. Things have always been difficult for me to think of without something to do. Things have been more entertaining lately with all the cases. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other fun we're going to be having.
Yes, it's been very exciting. So I want to thank all of you for following me and role-playing all over and being amazing followers. I mean, you guys are awesome. So I want to especially give a shout out to that Army Doctor for giving me the special shout out on the blog of Confessions of Role Players. That was really sweet, as anyone in my house can tell you. I was totally squeeing and almost in tears over it. So thank you. It was so awesome. Totally. Love it forever. And thank you all of you guys that like reblogged it and were agreeing with it, because that was really kind of cool too.
She really was, too. I was quite surprised, actually, that she would be so touched, but I find that I myself was smiling because of it, which is odd, as I'm sure you all well know.
So, oh, here's dinner. There we go. That's better. Now we can continue on with things.
Ah, finally, dinner. That's better.
You call toast dinner? Really?
I won't comment on your Hare Krishna diet if you won't comment on my lack of food intake. We've been over this.
Alright. You know what? Whatever. At least you're eating. So, I got more questions than last time, so this is really exciting. We're going to talk about a few things that you guys came up with that you wanted to know.
And I have opinions.
Of course you do, Sherlock. So, the first question was, what kind of AU would you love to play with Sherlock in? And this was by the Journal of Sebastian Morin. So, this is kind of fun. I love AUs. And right now there's a few AUs that I'm playing in, but there's a couple more I'd really like to do. So, one of them would be that I'd want to do an Adventure Walk one, where Sherlock is brought in to deal with Loki as an automatic like lie detector all the time. I mean, just like, I don't know, Sherlock standing there being able to read Loki at any given second, it'd be perfect. And or maybe they need Sherlock against a new enemy, since like his best weapon is his mind. So that might be cool. Also, like the second one I would do totally is where instead of there being a Moriarty, it would be a female Moriarty. So I think that would be really brilliant. I mean, I don't know. I would love to pit Sherlock against a female Moriarty. It would just be too fun to watch, honestly. I guess I kind of like torturing a bit. I don't know. It would just be interesting. It'd be like Moriarty and Irene Adler all in one, and it's just like hardest thing to deal with.
A bit? Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah, okay, So the next question was, what is your inspiration for Sherlock? Like, what do you use to kind of like get in the Sherlock brain mode, I guess? And this is from Laced with Semtex, so this is kind of cool. So I don't know. I'm not gonna let Sherlock weigh in on this because basically it's none of his business. So my inspiration for Sherlock is actually mostly the TV show. I really kind of watched the episodes over and over and over, you know, just lots and lots of times. And I've watched it with like the commentary where you get to hear, you know, the writers and the actors' points of view, and I'm always reading articles and watching interviews and things just to try and get my feels for the process their minds go through as they're trying to be Sherlock and all the other characters. Because I really think that the writers and the actors in the show are brilliant. I mean, just absolutely brilliant. So I just really focus on that a lot. But I also really read like other people's fan fiction and watch their music videos on YouTube and stuff to get ideas. Because I love to see what other people think about Sherlock too, as to, you know, like form my own opinion. Whether my way of doing it actually fits their opinion or not, like, it doesn't matter. It's just, it gives me something to look at, and then it's like, oh, do I agree or do I disagree? And if I disagree, what is it then? So I have a lot of fun doing that. I like reading other people's headcanons and, you know, that kind of thing. I also have an entire soundtrack on my playlist that is literally just for my blog. It gets my brain going in the way of thinking like Sherlock. Okay, it's like full violin music and different songs that people have used in the music videos and things that I watch that I really like. So he seems to kind of certain like he likes certain songs and things to get the feelings going before he'll come out to play. So you'll see my songs popping up in roleplay titles and posted on my blog when I really fall in love with one, or if it inspires like a drabble or a headcanon or a letter to John or something. I'm also really into reading the original stories. I've been studying them like mad for deduction tips and his language patterns and like his habits and other ideas for adventures and things, so that when we role play, I've got oh hey, in the original one they did this, and so, you know, I have ideas to do things. Kind of strokes Sherlock's ego a little bit to kind of read what Doyle was on about. And I like reading the originals because it helps you kind of know what was Moffat and Gaddis really looking at. And when you start reading them, you start picking up on the little Easter eggs, you know, the certain hidden bits in the episodes that you'll only really get the joke if you read the originals. There's another blog that I actually use that helps a lot. It's called The Guide to Deduction on Tumblr. It gives a lot of really good tips on reading people and like just little ticks and things. So if you guys have ever read my big long deductions in role plays, a lot of the stuff I learned is from that blog. And so it's really brilliant, and they really help people to learn how to read people in real life. It's not just like put-ons for role playing. So it's a lot of fun to do at parties and things, but yeah, not so much fun to do on coworkers that might get mad. Just as a little tip there. Yeah, personal experience. Yeah, lots of fun. I like to think my Sherlock's basically pretty much based on the show, with basically my own interesting touches put in there where the gaps were, where the show doesn't cover. So next, the question was, is Sherlock, would you have any pets? So this is all you, Sherlock. I'm gonna let you go for that.
Oh, goodness, John. I'm not a cat person. I don't like cats. Their fur gets everywhere, and they're tricky, and they have claws. They're not nice animals. I don't much like small animals because they get lost too easily, and birds, though they're intelligent, bite. Fish are boring, and so are most reptiles. Dogs are alright. At least as far as they are loyal, smart, and don't just stand around staring at things and not notice the important things about their surroundings. They're at least useful, as they can track down people's scents, which a human couldn't possibly do. However, as Mrs. Hudson is against pets, I doubt I'll be getting anything at all. But I guess if you wanted a pet or something, I could see my way to try and talk her into something. She's got a soft spot for me when I want something.
Alright, so next one was, let's see, what's the most difficult thing you've ever written by the Journal of Sebastian Morin? Oh, goodness, I have a couple different things for this one. Sherlock's been kind of getting a lot of requests for deductions in the role plays. And I know they seem all cute and clever and things, but you know what? Overall, they are really tedious. They take up a lot of time. I mean, it's not just like making up things. I mean, it's literally you're trying to picture in your head what I'm looking at, you know, what Sherlock's looking at in this role play, so that he can make up facts of something that, you know, of course we're not really seeing, but we have to make it sound plausible for the given outcome that we want for that moment in the role play. And sometimes it's just insane. Like, seriously, mind-boggling insane. But you know what? Even though they're really hard, they're so much fun. They are so fun. And I never want to stop writing them, ever. So, even though it takes a lot of thought and stuff, bring them on. I love it. It's just, they're hard. So, that's the first thing. And then the second thing is anytime we hit massive feels. Sherlock is really, really bad when it comes to feels and ends up such an awkward penguin, as I like to say, in the middle of things that it's just awful. It just really is. There are days where it's like pulling teeth to have him give me anything because of what he's feeling and he has no words for it. And so like we're trying to translate it from like Sherlock's whatever's going on in his head to actual words, and it just, yeah, it's a fun day when that happens. It's tedious, like far more tedious than deductions. So I have a few role plays that are like this, and they're with 4 different people. So one's the Journal of Sebastian Morin, one's that army doctor, one's laced with Semtex, and then 2 turn green again as well. So the one with the Journal of Sebastian Morin is running up that hill, and it's really confusing the heck out of Sherlock. I mean, especially since we just hit the plot twist. We just hit the plot twist. If you're following along, you'll know this. Where Sebastian isn't just going to blow his head off. I mean, we're standing there, you know, guns out and everything, and, you know, you expect Sebastian to just be like, I'm going to pull the trigger, we're done. Nope. Instead, he's inviting him to work for a while and calling a, you know, at least temporary truce. And Sherlock's just, like, mind blown. He has no idea what to do. And then there's Don't Speak with that army doctor, which is where Sherlock is just back after being away for so long. And John and he are just so awkward. Like, so awkward. But it's adorable. And then plus Sherlock's terrified on this trip of Italy and such that they're going on, that with all the complications, that he might lose John. He's not sure what's going to happen, and you know, if he's in that situation, he's cool with that. But like, as soon as you put John in there, he's worried. Be My Distraction with Laced with Semtex. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, Jim Moriarty's having Sherlock commit murders. And such as part of a game between the two of them. Just the two of them. So, yeah, finding the loopholes as well as trying to figure out how this clever Moriarty, you know, plot is going. And you know, trying to figure out, like, who he's gonna kill and why and if this is okay and stuff. It's hard work dealing with all the clever Moriarty stuff. And then the last one is the Riddle of the Rain, or the Riddle of Rain, sorry. Yeah, with 2 turn green again, and which ended up kind of being like, it's a philosophical roleplay, and it's really a lot of character development for me and Rain both. And it's really hard because Sherlock's not philosophical. So, I mean, I really have to delve deep into Sherlock's head sometimes to figure out what he says or feels about something when it comes to philosophy and, like, ethics. So, it can be hard sometimes. But overall, guys, keep the challenges coming. I love it. I totally love it. So, yeah, the next question was, do you guys ever argue, and if yes, about what? And this was from TARDIS Tessa. So, this is rather fun to talk about. Yeah, we argue a lot, actually. Sherlock and I don't see eye to eye on things at times, especially if I get really upset over something, and all I want is for him to distract me. And instead, he decides to go pout on the couch instead and not move. Yeah, that's not fun.
It's not my responsibility to keep you entertained.
That too. He doesn't much care for my cats most of the time, although I have spotted him petting them and talking to them intelligently and such. I think he's a cat person under it all, but he just doesn't want to admit it. I know you do.
I do not.
You do too.
There you are. I mean...
Right. But we don't often agree on sleep times either. He wants to stay up and keeping me thinking when I really need to sleep for work.
Your job is stupid anyway. You don't need to be completely awake for it.
Yes, I do, Sherlock, and sleep is essential for that. I am not John and can get away with falling asleep at work because I was up sorting books all night.
Well, then you just need to find more stamina.
No, you just need to let me stop thinking long enough to sleep.
Well, of course you would see it that way.
Do you want to have a flat to be in?
Well, of course.
Then you'll let me sleep so I can work to pay for it.
Very well.
So yeah, point proven, kind of. This is by far a mild argument we've had. There have been worse. Much, much worse. Yeah. Okay, so another one from that army doctor was, are you a patriot, Sherlock? There you go, another one just for you.
Yes. Yes, I am a patriot. I have a lot of respect for the Queen in my country. If I didn't care, I wouldn't solve crimes for free and such. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I want to go and join the army or anything, like John. Nor does it mean I want to work for the government, like Mycroft, or be the government, as the case may be. I think the government has done plenty to bumble things on occasion. Every country has, some worse than the UK, and some better. But overall, I wouldn't want to be a part of any other country, really. I mean, I give Mycroft a hard time and all about it, but I give him a hard time about everything. When it comes down to it, against the woman, I really felt badly for having ruined the plans that Mycroft had been working on for such a long time, and that was going to save so many people's lives.
The next question was, if you could change anything about the canon, what would it be? And this is from the Journal of Sebastian Morin. I've kind of mentioned this to her and to Lace with Semtex a couple times. I haven't told anybody, so you get to see an insider point of view now. So this is a nice one. I think the one thing I would change in the canon or the show would be that Sherlock needs a younger sibling. I don't know about what everybody thinks, but honestly, it's one of those things. He has some aspects of being a middle child as it is. And then with the large age gap, he could easily have aspects of the younger as well, and it still work. So I always thought if there could be a younger sister, it would be fun. A sort of, girl youngest, the babied one. And Mycroft pulls the whole, you have to take care of her, Sherlock. I took care of you for years, and now you have to take care of the little sister. And then the thing is then something happens to her, which contributes to the whole Sherlock and Mycroft rift. And, okay, I have it all planned out in my head that if he had a sister, or if I can prove that he was a middle child at some point with his behavior, that I can map it all out. So, yeah, I've been interested in that part right now.
She is. I've seen the charts she's been carrying around in her notebooks to work on at home and at work. Well, really, working on constantly.
Sherlock, I'm just sort of working on it on this side.
You're obsessed.
Oh, here's another one. Okay, so here's the next question. Would you always sacrifice yourself for John? And it's from Lace with Semtex. And so this is just for Sherlock to answer. I think there's an ulterior motive for this one, considering what character this person plays in the awesome world of Tumblr role-playing. But I'm going to let you answer it anyway, Sherlock.
Oh boy, someone just had to ask me this. Of course they did, of course.
It's up to you how you want to answer it.
Short answer, yes and no. Long answer, it's complicated.
That's not an answer, Sherlock.
Fine. I will always save John. He is my best friend. He's the only person that I value most in the world, and the one person I actually value much more than myself. He would do the same for me, and on occasion has put himself at horrible risk for my own safety. What can one do but do the same for them?
Okay, so the next question is, Selfie and Sherlock, what is the meaning of life? By that army doctor. Wow, okay, well, you know, I could go easy and just say 42. You know, and some of you will get that joke and some of you won't, and that's okay. But no, I'll actually go for it on this one. Well, I can tell you what I feel the meaning of life is, but I personally feel that everybody finds their own meaning in their lives, and that everyone's is different. And that's really cool, because we're all here for different things. So, I'll tell you what mine is, and if you agree, great. If you don't, that's cool too. We're all good, okay? We're all good. So I feel like the meaning of life is to work together, to help each other, and to be kind, to show love, and somehow amongst all that, find that inner peace and knowing that stretches back beyond this lifetime's knowing. I feel like everyone has something that they bring to Earth, and something important that only they know, and that only they can do, and that part of doing it and knowing it is why we're here. So that we can show others, because we have this specific thing that's needed. And so there's this universal knowledge that's in all of us, and finding that and finding the oneness within will end up bringing joy and fulfillment to all the people in the world together, when we all join together in that. So life is about love and peace, and really finding that joy within the dance of all the stuff that goes on.
Wow.
What?
That's all philosophy and religion. You never talked to me about things like that. I didn't know you even thought about things like that.
Not exactly your area for the most part, so I kind of don't bring it up.
Ah.
Your opinion?
I'm not sure. I don't normally think about it, as you say. It's not something, for the most part, that crosses my mind. I've always kind of disregarded it as religious nonsense. Perhaps I agree with you to some extent. Of each person has some kind of gift or talent to contribute to the world, something only they can do. I am the consulting detective. Mycroft is the British government. Moriarty is the consulting criminal. Molly is a pathologist. John was an army doctor. Lestrada's a detective inspector. It's like there are roles to play, and each of us have to play them in order for the world to work properly. So I guess the meaning of life is what we find out about ourselves, about our place in the world, and how we play our part the best we can. And if we don't, the world will fall apart.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's one more from...
Oh, hold on. I have a chat coming in.
What? I thought you turned those off, you know, since we're, like, doing a fan video here.
But I have a chat coming in. I never have a chat coming in unless it's important. You know, like a video chat.
Well, who's it from? I mean, who wants to talk to you right now, or even knows how to?
It's the woman, Miss Adler.
Irene. Like Irene Adler?
Well, of course, Irene Adler. How many Miss Adlers do you think I know? Honestly, Selfie, keep up, will you? You're ever so much more clever than that.
Well, I guess here enters special guest Miss Adler. Well, perhaps this is the only way that you and I'll have dinner after all, Sherlock dear.
I'd like to introduce my blogger, Selfie.
Hello, Miss Adler. Good to meet you. I've heard so much about you. Please, it's Irene, even if Sherlock doesn't think so. Lovely. So the two of you getting on well, or shall I come and whip him into shape for you? Oh no, we're good. Things are great, right, Sherlock? Right?
Satisfactory. So, you do know that you're in Selfie's fan video, Irene? That will do wonders for your image, I'm sure.
Fan video? Well, maybe I just stepped it up a bit then, for you, dear. So, what is it like living in Nephi, Utah? I don't think I even know where that is.
Neither did I until I was there. And I've been reliably informed it's Nephi, not Nephi. Selfie made that quite clear.
My mistake. So you're in hiding at the moment too, aren't you? I mean, that's the real reason Sherlock's at my house, is no one will most likely find him here. Well, I wouldn't say no one, but you're right, darling. Quite obscure. Yes, rather hiding out a bit. Running around America and having a good time. Misbehaving. As per my usual. Darling, Sherlock dear, you wouldn't happen to know where I left my riding crop last time I saw you, would you?
Not exactly, no.
Crying shame. Thought you might. Well, so Selfie dear, how do you find living with Sherlock? I only had to for a day and it was, well, interesting. It's been alright. He's been fussing over my cats and things. He doesn't much like cats. I can see why Molly only kept Sherlock for a few weeks. You know, longer than that, then the cats might have suffered from that.
They're beastly, always all over everything. They're only nice when they're sleeping. Otherwise, they get their fur all over my coat. Again.
Well, you just don't understand cats. You know, you kind of just don't.
Why are you fidgeting with your hair? What are you nervous about?
Oh, I just feel a bit underdressed with you two. You know. Yeah.
You look fine. Why would you feel that way?
Oh, he is oblivious, isn't he?
It's fine, Selfie dear, you look fine.
Right, so what did you need from Sherlock other than perhaps your riding crop, or is this just a social call?
Social call.
Well, we can do the video later. It's not a big deal. I mean, there's nothing to panic over or anything.
Oh, purely a social call, really. Oh no, I wouldn't dream of having you stop. We're fine, Sherlock and I. Irene, is something wrong with your connection? The connection is secure on my end. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm getting it too. Sherlock? Irene? What the heck? Sherlock? Irene, if this is someone's idea of a joke, this is not funny.
What idea of a joke? The screens aren't up yet. But I can hear you, Selfie. What is it? I've got Selfie's signal back. Sherlock, where's yours? I'm working on it. Trust me. I'm working on it.
Well, if it isn't rather a fun little get-together, how come I wasn't invited, Selfie dear? Who are you? How do you know me? I mean, this is a fan videotaping.
Signal's been hacked. What's going on? Why is it always me? And why do I know that voice?
Because it's me! Jim Moriarty. Hi!
No. Oh, God, no. Selfie?
No. I'm here. The picture's up over here, and yes, it is him.
Reroute it through my computer.
Alright! Come now, my dear. Did you think I wouldn't find him? That somehow I wouldn't find you in little Neffy, Utah? No, where is this secret? I own secrecy. Sherlock?
Got it. Selfie, stay on your screen where I can see you. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. Irene, dear, do you see me, precious?
Oh, I see you, and I don't even want to.
Oh, pity. Did anybody miss me? Shirley, Rainy, Selfie, anyone? Tut. I end up stone cold dead like Sherlock, and no one misses me. Well, being dead is all fun and games, but Daddy's had enough now.
Did I miss you? No, not really, no. Where are you?
Having dinner, of course. That's what I do. Isn't that what we do in this little club of ours? Oh, certainly you've gotten the memo, darling. We all three faked our deaths. This little club of ours. It's the I'm Not Dead, Let's Have Dinner Club. So aptly named from your text to Sherlock.
Oh, so that's what this is. Finding us out, making it public, is it? Of course, and intimidating my new blogger.
I'm not intimidated.
Of course you're not, Selfie, dear. You're brave. You're one of the lion-hearted ones. You're like John. That's why he likes you.
What?
Don't let him provoke you, Selfie. Jim wants that. He likes playing these games. Of course! It's all a game in the end. All a bundle of laughs and a power play. You know all that very well, don't you, Irene? Shut up. What do you want? To have dinner. Thank you, Sebastian. To all your health, so long as I decide to keep your lives intact. Sebastian, is it? So you have yourself a bit of a friend, do you? Well, I did tell you I wanted to get a live-in one. I just wanted to see the novelty of it, really. So I got one. Not that... Oh, you didn't get the Colonel to do it, did you? Colonel. Oh, Colonel Morin. Are you serious, Jim? Oh, that's awfully clever. Very clever. Yes, good show. But you all know about the live-in ones. You have John. Well, had. Now you have Selfie. Isn't that brilliant? Moriarty, don't do this. You'll make Sherlock mad, and you found out how well that worked the last time. Didn't you, dear? I will push you off of a building this time if I get the chance. Well, maybe she has you in her flat. All those roles to keep up with. Right, Shirley? Not exactly my area. How would you know it's her flat? I have my ways, my dear. Like I know that she lives in 210B. Are you a bit addicted to the number 21, Sherlock? 3 lucky number 7s, your luck's run out. But that was rather the point.
You don't scare me, Moriarty. So long as Sherlock is here with me, we'll solve any case or problem you bring.
Oh, and now you've rather shown your hand there, Miss Bishop. Yes, you rather have. Oh, this is good. You keep inspiring them to defend you, Sherlock. Oh, you're good. You're very good. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do anything about it. This is between you and me. Sherlock, don't turn this into another war. You don't have a soldier, and he does.
No, but he has you and I, Irene, and that might just be enough.
Look at them, so ordinary. They're so ordinary. But ordinary people are so adorable. Tell you what, my dear, we'll be in touch. Because your heart isn't quite burnt yet. Not enough. And I'll be right there waiting.
And so will I.
Oh, good. That is good. Bravo. Well, ciao, Sherlock Holmes, Irene Adler, and Miss Selfie Bishop. Oh, the great games we'll play.
Well, it seems like it's another round of your illustrious all-or-nothing game, Sherlock. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to do what I always do. Wait for a note, a sign, something to tell me what exactly he wants.
Oh, but we both know what he wants. All of us do. You're just too blind to see it as usual. He wants Sherlock dead. Isn't that simple enough to worry about? More specifically, he wants to burn the heart out of him, as it didn't work the last time, like it was supposed to. Well, so much for dinner. I don't feel very hungry. Don't let Moriarty panic you. As for me, I'll be heading off now. No need to stay where he's located me. We'll be in touch, dears.
Of course, Miss Adler. I might need you soon.
Oh, more than ever, I'd say. Hang in there, Sherlock, and watch out for Selfie. And you know from what. What did she mean?
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
But I do. You know I do. Let me help you.
No. No one needs to get involved.
Oh, you mean how it's worked so well the last time?
I suppose. Alright, we'll figure it out. Something. I don't know what yet.
Well, my followers, sounds like we're going to be hearing from Moriarty again soon. So keep following, and we'll keep you updated on this plot and the many other role plays I'm doing. Follow, tell your friends, and most of all, believe in Sherlock. Our next fan goal, I think we're going to make 150. Because we're already at 79, so come on guys, 150. It's not that hard, we can do this.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, one last thing, like I said last time, it still stands. If you ever need someone to talk to, or need a friend, or a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Okay, send me an ask me for my Skype, or anything. Anything you need at all, okay? You can go on Anon, you can use your username, we can answer it privately, I can publish it on my blog. You know, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, we can do that, okay? And I'll respond, no matter what. So if you ever need anything, absolutely anything, just let me know. There in a heartbeat. Totally promise. Okay? You're all beautiful people and you all count. All of you. Even if you don't think anyone notices you or knows you exist, someone out there does. And so do I. So, catch you later.
No, you won't.